focus on beauty from the inside out, meaning like if you're eating healthy, drinking a lot of water, you're gonna feel amazing. Your skin's gonna look great. We have products to support that. One of the ones that I absolutely love is the skin elixir, which is liquid collagen and hyaluronic acid, which is protein that our body makes naturally, but as we age, we stop making as much. So instead of it being an animal byproduct, it's actually plant-based. So you pour it in water, just sip it throughout the day or drink it. We have energy packets, a little bit of everything. But when it comes to makeup and nutrition, makeup and skincare, I am really passionate about that because I was an Estee Lauder makeup artist for like 15, 16 years. And I never really stopped and thought about what was in my skincare and makeup products. I just went along with the fact that it was a high-end skincare and makeup line. And I didn't know anything about ingredients. So when I joined Arbonne and started researching why Arbonne banned more than 2,000 different ingredients, then I started learning that most skincare and cosmetics carry animal byproducts, which are like literally animal fats to add like greasiness to products. There's also animal testing, and mineral oil and petrolatum are two of the biggest ingredients that are in most skincare. So if you look at your skincare and look at ingredients and it says mineral oil, petrolatum, it means that it's derived from gasoline manufacturing. So we're literally putting gasoline byproducts on our body, and it clogs pores and causes a lot of skin irritation. So with time, people become very sensitive to different skincare products or even makeup with different dyes. I've had customers that tell me they can't wear certain eyeshadow colors because their eyes get puffy. So when you switch over to a clean ingredient, your skin's gonna look and feel amazing. So today, I just want, before we get started, so I started with a super calm skincare. So this is for people that are super sensitive, and I've been using it just to try it out, and it feels amazing. So we have a cleanser that's like a milky cleanser, and then you follow it up with the serum, which is also like a milky serum, and it feels so awesome on your skin. It feels like you're giving your skin just a ton of moisture and milk. Feels so good. And then you're gonna follow it up with the Super Calm Hydration Hydrator Moisturizer. So this one doesn't have sunscreen. We do have some products that have sunscreen or sunscreen you can wear on top, but it just leaves your skin feeling so good. And that's so important to moisturize before putting on any makeup on top of that. And Lisa, do you have your makeup primer on there? Because I actually forgot to throw that in my makeup bag, but I wanted to show the makeup primer. Go ahead and show that.
One thing I don't have here right now, I'm out of my primer. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
The primer is amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the primer is really good.
So the primer goes on before makeup. It feels like velvet. It fills in pores. It makes your makeup wear longer. And I was not used to using a makeup primer, even as a makeup artist. But now that I've added it on, it just adds that silkiness to my skin. It makes your makeup wear longer, especially if you're in climates where you're sweating all the time and it's really hot and humid. So I do recommend the makeup primer. I apologize, I don't have it with me. The 5-minute makeup is going to include a CC cream, which we carry in 4 colors. And we have fair, light, medium, and dark. So this would be, instead of wearing a heavier foundation, so we do have a medium to full coverage foundation. For the 5-minute makeup, we're going to use a CC cream. And interesting enough, the colors really adapt to your skin. So Lisa, what color do you have there?
As fair as I am, I wear medium because I like it. It is self-adjusting, and I like it to add just a little bit of glow, and it all blends in. So I don't know how true the color will come through on a computer, but this is the medium. And I do use my fingers and a brush or a sponge.
Yeah, so I'm using the medium too, and I'm olive skin tone. So that's kind of cool about the CC cream, that it kind of adapts. I was surprised to know that Lisa was actually using medium. So this is more of also like a cream, but it does have tint to it. So you can put this on, let's say you're just going out and about the day to the store, you just don't want to carry something very heavy on your skin. So you can do the CC cream. And I always like to set it with a powder. So we have different powders. We have a transparent powder that's translucent, very lightweight powder, loose powder. And then we just have these new powders that's called Second Nature. This one right here is the medium tone. And the medium, I'm gonna put it on with a brush and just kind of dust it on. And it's not heavy. It's gonna take away that glow, you know, like a little bit of the shine, but it doesn't feel super heavy and matte. Lisa, what color are you wearing?
I actually like to brush my face with a little bit of the mineral foundation. And then in that I wear a medium also. I like medium, you guys. It's just because I have yellow tones. I know I look a little pink with the computer, but I have yellow tones in my skin. So if I had pink, I might go with the light, but I just find that the light just looks too white on my face, like too light on my face.
And then Tiffany, is Tiffany on?
She is.
Tiffany, what colors of CC cream and powder are you wearing?
I mainly use the mineral foundation, the liquid foundation. As far as the CC cream, I have to blend when I do wear it, just because there isn't a skin tone or color that's close to mine. So I'll do like a medium and a dark together and have like more of a bronzy look. But as far as the liquid foundation, I use golden bronze, and I put a little bit of toffee bronze in it, just to kind of give me more of a bronzy kind of glow. And then in our new powders, I use tan.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And for me, with the olive skin tone, I use golden beige on the liquid foundation. So you're kind of my skin tone. I always start you with the golden beige. If you're a little bit lighter than I am, like my sister Victoria, it's a little bit more fair, I do neutral beige. So those are kind of like the two colors that I kind of go to for olive skin tone, like myself. And the deeper one that Tiffany mentioned is was it the bronze beige? The bronze beige is a little bit warmer tone.
It's golden bronze.
Oh,
golden bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did a CC cream, we do carry foundation, we carry powders, and you know, like we mentioned, everything's plant-based, vegan, certified, no animal testing, all of that good stuff, and it wears really well. So as a makeup artist, I was always really scared with our makeup line, because sometimes you're scared to try something that says it's really natural or mineral based, because it may not have enough pigment. And I really like that the Arbonne colors really do show up. So next thing in the 5-minute makeup, you get 5 items. So you get the CC cream, you get a mascara, which we're gonna later put on. You get the brow pencil, and I use the dark brow pencil, which is I'm still gonna fill in more. I kind of lost my eyebrows towards the end here, and I used to be all eyebrows. So brows are super important. So I started filling them in a little bit later. We're gonna fill in a little more. What else do you get? You get a blush. So we have several blushes. One of my favorite is called Dusty Rose. And Dusty Rose, I feel like it goes with a lot of different skin tones. It's not too pink. It's not too brownish. What's one of your favorite blushes, Lisa? I'm trying to find the blush.
I love Blossom because it's a color that goes with so many skin tones, pretty much, you know, I use the word all loosely because it's all preference as well, but it has like just a little bit of, nothing's overly sparkly, sparkly, but it has a little bit of shimmer. So I love the blossom. And I even have the catalog here that we have like these really pretty colors there. And,
Yeah.
and we're expanding. Also, we're expanding into more colors too, just to kind of put that out there for even broader range of skin tones. So that's something I just wanted to say.
Okay, perfect. So what I normally do is I like to contour. After I have done like my base and my powder, I go straight into contour. But before that, I always do concealer. So I do concealer most of the time right before I do the makeup. So I like to conceal under my eyes. I normally start with concealer because I don't want to see any dark spots or little red spots throughout my face. And you can just do concealer with your finger. And what's nice is that ours are they're moist, but not so moist that that will make your eyeliner bleed. So I just dab it throughout where like around the nose. Sometimes we get little redness there, under the eye. And we do have a shadow base, but if you don't have a shadow base, then you can do a little concealer right on the eyelid. Okay, and that's gonna make your shadow not crease. It'll pop color a little more. Okay, so I just needed to dab that on. We carry in 6 different colors. So for me, I use the warm medium. And let's share what colors do you guys wear, Lisa?
I actually mix the light and the medium because I like a bright pop under there. So I put just a few dots of the medium because the light by itself I think would just be a little too light for me. So yeah, I mix them. Light,
okay,
medium.
Perfect. And then
I'm using medium right
Tiffany?
I use the tan. And a lot of times I like to put it on after I put on my foundation just because I want a pop of brightness under my eyes. Yeah. And I definitely put it on my eyelid.
Okay, perfect. And there's just no right or wrong way to do makeup. There's all sorts of different ways. Some people don't even do their foundation till after they do their eyeshadow. Because our shadows don't flake, I really don't find the need for that. But if you want to do that, it's totally fine. Okay, so we're going to follow up with the bronzing palette. So you can see I use this a lot. Actually, I need to order a new one. So this one's called the Star Glow Palette. So the Star Glow Palette, I use our Arbonne blush brush, which has a nice tilt to it. I'm going to start with the deeper shade one, and I kind of get it at an angle. And I create like a line right. It goes from like when you suck in you go like this, like a kissy face, and I swipe it upwards, back up. Okay, and then you want to bring it from around your face towards the back. And it's all about blending, because when you have a matte color face, like you did foundation and now it looks like an empty canvas, you want to bring in shadows back in to give you that warmth to your skin. And a lot of people use different colors, even of foundation or concealers. What's really nice is that you can give that same effect with our bronzer palette. And so like I said, it's all about blending. And so you don't want to have like a harsh line just hanging there. You want to blend it through. So I use that second shade, which is called Twilight, right here. Just kind of swirl it through. And then I go upward. So a little bit higher than where I made that darker line. And we're going to go up. Okay. And if you guys have any questions along the way, please feel free to unmute and ask your question. All right. So this is not in the 5-minute makeup, but these are add-ons. So the add-ons would be the concealer, the bronzer. You do get a blush in the 5-minute. So I'm going to do Merlot. Merlot is like a really pretty kind of burgundy-ish tone. Normally I do Dusty Rose. So I'm going to go a little bit more rosier, I guess. So I like to just smile and do at the balls of the cheeks right in there. All right, just to make you look really healthy. And then we're gonna dab on a few other things from the new collection. So hang on. Okay, I think that brings us to eyes. So in the 5-minute phase, you get the brow pencil. What's really nice is that it has a little brush at the corner, so you can brush up your eyebrow. There are amazing videos on how to do eyebrows. I have to literally paint them on now because they've disappeared as I age. But I'm drinking that collagen booster so that I can get them back. So I like to start at the arch, the highest point, and then I swipe up, and then I follow the natural line of my eyebrow downward. And it's important to keep that arch so that you can have a lifted look, okay? Don't ever round it off because you'll, look droopy. And then I bring it down to the bottom part of my eye and then sweep it upward and just kind of sweep it all the way through. If you still have a lot of hair in there, then you would just fill in little gaps. And so I'm gonna do both sides. Is that you, Tiffany?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I unmuted. My little boy is yelling.
No, that's okay. I have mine on Zoom and with his little friend. They're Zooming together. I don't know what they're doing. Playing video games or something. Okay, so that's it for the brows for now. I mean, I can really go into it, but I just needed to get some more color in there. Okay, what's awesome is that we have a primer just for the lid. It's called the Prime and Proper. So I just dab a little bit right on the lid, and then you can just blend it with your finger. This is gonna make the color really, really pop. So today we're gonna feature the Cherry Blossom collection, which is so beautiful. Literally, like, I'm so excited about these colors. Everybody that's been using them has been looking so pretty in these colors. We did another Zoom on Sunday and we posted the pictures with all of our different skin tones. Every color looked amazing. And we're gonna have a few different tips. So Lisa's gonna share how to give that lifted look when we have a hooded eyelid. Okay, I'm just gonna do like a basic look, and then Tiffany's gonna share a little bit about her shadow, how she uses it, and the new liquid eyeliner, which is this beautiful gold liner. So I'm just gonna start with like a basic look. So we have these beautiful shimmers and we have some deeper tones. You always wanna start with, the basic look is 3 different colors, 1 light, 1 in between, and 1 darker for the outside, kind of going inward. So I'm gonna give my basic look, and then Lisa's gonna mention how she helps to give that lifted look for the hooded eyebrows. So I am gonna start with this beautiful color in the middle right here. It's called Harmony, and it has a little shimmer to it. I do like a little shimmer because it brightens up the eye. Let me see, let me turn on my lamp so I can get a little, oh, that's too much color, too much light, hold on. Maybe no light. Can you guys see me there, or is it too bright? It's too bright. Better? Yeah, better there? Okay, so I'm just gonna pat the color right at the bottom lid. When you pat, it's gonna pick up more pigment. Okay, so you don't wanna swipe it and just spread it all over. So I'm gonna pat, and it's not too light in the middle. You guys see that? Okay, and then I'm gonna do a middle color, which is gonna be a longer brush, a little bit, I call it the ponytail brush. So I'm gonna do kind of like a transition color. And it's gonna be this one right here. So that one's a little bit more of a matte, and I'm gonna brush it from the outer corner into that lifted area right in the middle. Okay. Just say I'm on Zoom right now. Okay. And then I'm gonna end with choosing a deeper tone. So I'm gonna go with this one right here. It's called Full Bloom. And I'm gonna add, okay, what brushes am I using for the middle color? I have a brush that's not Arbonne, but it has like it's feathery and kind of long, okay? And you want that to give you a little bit more flexibility from the outside. Always do from outside in. Start in the outer corner and sweep little circles going up into the crease right in here. And then I'm using like a short little tapered brush and I just dab on the deeper color and grab it from this outer corner and kind of do like a little angle along the lash line and a little bit more into the crease. And then I'll blend that with that same brush. So you want to give that depth and leave it darker in that outer area. So that's my basic eyeshadow look. I'm going to turn it over to Lisa, where Lisa's going to give us some tips on what do we do when we have hooded lids.
Okay, so this is also if you want more of like a cat eye, so you don't have to have a hooded. And if we don't know what hooded is, it just means like maybe or smaller eye. Okay, so you can use this for all different eye shapes, or maybe our eye is aging or something like that. So the first thing I like to do is put on some liner. I'm going to use this darkest shade here in the corner called Branch. I don't have glasses on. Anyway, so I'm just going to quickly just follow my lid line, or my lash line, excuse me. And then here's a tip. Tilting your chin down, it changes the shape, it changes like the lid space, because instead of looking straight out, see how I'm looking down, how it changes my eye? It helps me see this down here, and I'm going to put a little color, and then I just follow that straight up. So now I know where to connect my wing into this lash line here. Because have you ever put on your liner and you put it on and it looks good because you're looking straight out, and then you open your eye, especially if you have hooded or aging or just the shape of your eye, and then all of a sudden your wing is like crookedy and looking weird. So I found that this really helps. I'm going to do it in this mirror just to show you. So I follow my lash line, tilt my chin down just a little. I'm going underneath here to connect this V, but I'm going to extend, because when I look down like this, the natural brow bone creates a little bit of a shadow, and we're contouring. Contouring means shadow. So it makes one naturally, because now I can see where I want to go here. And if I lift that up, see I'm lifting, I can draw that and connect it. Then when I relax my eye, it's a continuous line, instead of drawing a continuous line and then looking and having it bend like be a crooked wing or have a wing pull down. We want everything going up. So we want it all going like in this direction here, from the side of your nose to the corner of your eye. That's a good indication, a basic guideline. Of course, to create different effects, you might draw your eyebrow a little, you know, bit further or that kind of thing. So now I have the bottom like this, and it's a guide for me. Okay, so I know now I want to do some kind, I'll make this fast. So I'm not going to extend anything in this space right here, because anything below this now I know is going to start dragging my eye down like this, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so then I take like a flatter brush. I don't have my Arbonne brushes with me right now, and I apologize for that. So just a flatter, like a flat brush. You can even use a fluff if you want. The fluffier the brush, the softer the look will be. But right now, it's all about blending in the end. So don't worry about this harsh line. I'm going to do a 7, kind of like a sideways V. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to actually press it right in. See, it'll press my skin right in. That's my bone. I'm going to press it in, and I'm going to draw it. I don't go this slow. I'm just showing you. I draw it out. At first, it's going to look maybe a little harsh. Draw it out and connect with that wing guide that I already gave myself. So now I know that I'm not going to extend this color past that, because if I do, it's going to start making my eye do this again. So that's what I see sometimes women do. They're drawing it too far out for the effect that they're going for, unless that's what they're going for. Okay, so I'm drawing the guide. I'm pressing right inside where my bone is. Okay, but how do I explain this? Instead of going where the bone is in here and drawing it down and just in, because when you open your eye, then it'll be lost. Your crease will be lost and it'll make your eye look more sunken. We're not trying to sink the eye. We're trying to contour and open the eye. So I draw that 7 right in and above, okay, in and above your natural bone there. So it's a little bit higher. And then I just go back and forth. If you need to, I didn't tell you, I started out with a little bit of a shimmer color, this one right here. Can't see with my lighting, this one, because it helps everything blend really nice. So the darker color, I go back and forth till I get the effect that I want. And then I tilt my chin down. Remember that trick about tilting the chin down? And I just make sure I can see that line. I see this whole soft edge, this whole contour, and that's about where I want it. And then I look up and it looks really good. So it helps to open the eye. You can make that as dark as you want if you want to make it darker. And then one more trick to keep the eye open is I take a light color then, just any one of these at the top would do, or a sparkle. And I look straight out. I'm going to look in here and I go like that. See how I did a dot there? So when I open it, we see it just a little bit, blend it out, and that'll help keep your eye looking open so it doesn't look deep. And I do recommend one last thing is not to over shimmer if you have a hooded eye. We don't want to over shimmer this part because then it could even look just a little bit heavier. I do put some shimmer up there, but not too much. Okay, so I did it really fast and my eye's not done.
That was awesome.
So remember, it's in.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's in, but on the upper side. See how I'm pressing this brush in? I don't know how much you guys can see here, but then on the upper edge, instead of in and down here, it's in and up, up. Tilt the chin down. Just do that 7. Hopefully that made sense. I can answer any questions after.
That was amazing. That was so good, because that's always the question that I get is how to work with hooded lids. Eye cream is super important to help prevent that. So we want to start using the eye cream right away in your 20s because that'll prevent some of the sagginess. But those of us that are a little bit older now, we want to learn those techniques. And I love that, looking down, shading right in there, and choosing more of a matte tone for that area so that you're not bringing that out with a lot of brightness or a lot of shimmer like she mentioned, but doing that extra little shimmer right at the ball of the eye. I really like that right in there. And then also you can also do that shimmer in the inner corner. In the inner corner, that's going to brighten up this this eye area right in that corner. Now we have Tiffany's going to share how she's been using this beautiful new liquid eyeliner. So my tip right before that is that we do have black liquid liner in Arbonne, and we have a great pencil eyeliner, which most of the time I end up using the pencil. It does not smudge. So when I use it at the bottom, even with eye cream and the concealer and all that stuff, it wears so well. But when I have time, I set the bottom liner with a powder eyeshadow. And then when I have time, I'll do my liquid eyeliner on top. So while Tiffany's talking, I'm gonna work on my black liquid eyeliner, just kind of follow the lash line and wing it out a little bit. And then we're gonna feature this beautiful gold rose eyeliner. It's for fun. I mean, it's obviously not something you're going to use all the time, but we have, I think my lighting's not that great. Go ahead and talk about that one, Tiffany.
Okay, so the first thing I do, of course, what's going to help your liner really stay and not smudge is using a primer or using your concealer. So that's going to kind of help it stay. And one thing that I do, I just had it in my hand, is our highlighter. Is that I sometimes like a little shimmery look over my eye, even if I'm not putting in like a heavy contour, like in my crease. So I'll take like the stick and I'll just decide what color I'm going to use, and I put it all over my lid. So you can actually, this is soft enough that you can use on your lid, or if you want, take like more of a flat brush and then brush it on. And that's going to give your eyeshadow like a little pop or a shimmer once you put whatever color that you want over it. And so I love this rose gold eyeliner, but at first I felt like it was hard for me to use because it blended into my skin tone. So a couple like workarounds around that is that I would layer it. So I either take, like, if you have the Arbonne set, this flat thin brush right here, and I would pick my dark shadow, the darkest shadow, and I would line my eyeline with that. And then I would also do my lower. So you could do that with your shadow to kind of set it. You could do it with your black eyeliner, and also put the powder over it to set it. And then I would line with the rose gold. And so that's gonna make it pop because you have a dark liner underneath. So if you have kind of a tan skin tone and you feel like it's hard for you to see, that's two ways that I do. So I either use the liquid liner or the pencil liner, put that on first and then this on top, or I set it with the shadow. Another way that I also use it, I don't know if you guys saw me, is that I want like a little bit more of a shimmery lid for like an evening look. And so all that I did is I opened up the liner, I took my flat brush, and I just took some off. You have to, when you take it off, you have to use it pretty quickly because our eyeliner dries pretty fast. And I just pat it on top, and it gave me like a little bit of a rose gold shimmer. So you can also layer your eyeshadow on top of it. And when you do, you could still see that rose gold shimmer. So don't worry about it making creases because you have the concealer and a primer on top and you won't see crease. And then you're gonna dab on your eyeshadow on top of it. So I love it. I think I've actually almost used all of it because I've used it every day. Even for daytime looks, you can do like a brown liner or even not a dark shadow, and you can line your lower lid and then put the rose gold right on top of it. And then just give it a couple minutes for it to dry and set because it does come on wet. So that's my little tip.
Thank you so much. I played around with it last week when I tried it on, and I absolutely loved it. I like the shimmer that it gives the inner eye. So I'm gonna apply it in the inner part of my eye. I already did black eyeliner. So I'm applying it in the inner, like the inner part of the eye to give me a little extra shimmer in there. And this is just like a fun eyeliner to have. I mean, I know we're not going very many places yet, but when you go to have your first dinner out after this whole Corona thing, you want to come out like bang. So maybe that's when you want to wear your shimmer eyeliner. So I'm just putting it right there in the corner, in the inner corner. And then I did the other day, apply it in the outer edge just to give it a nice fun look in the outer edge. I don't know if you guys can see that right in there. So right now while they were talking, I used our Arbonne liquid eyeliner, and then I used the pencil liner all at the bottom. And a trick for that, for your bottom liner to wear longer, is to use the thin liner brush with one of the darker shades. So I'm going to use the darkest one, it's called Branch. And you can pat that right at the bottom lash line. And when you put a shadow over your bottom liner, it's going to make it look softer, and it's also going to make it wear longer without smudging. And it gives it just a really soft look. I mean, it still highlights it, but it gives it a softer look under the eye. That's if you want to really pop your eyes, like you know, when you have dark eye, you know, dark colored eyes and you just want to pop those. Okay, the next thing that does come in the 5-minute kit. So remember, you get 5 things if you order that set. I'm curling my eyelashes real quick, and I'm gonna do our mascara. So the mascara is so awesome because it doesn't have any of the yuckies that a lot of other mascaras in the market have. And it, let me make sure everybody's muted over here. Yeah. And then it wears really well. It's not waterproof, but it does stay on really well without smudging. And as you layer it, it gives you a look like if you have fake eyelashes on. So I actually have a client who I'm going to do her makeup tomorrow. And after doing the mascara, she decided she didn't need lashes, like, you know, fake eyelashes. They're doing family portraits. So I just love that you can just layer and layer this mascara, and it gives you a very, very extended look. Let me see on this side. And then we're gonna talk about a few other, the lipstick and the blush stick. And I love that blush stick. It's really cool. It looks like a crayon. So at first I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? So it looks like a crayon, and you just dab it right at the ball of the cheeks, and it starts giving you like this really pretty glow. So you just dab it through, and you can use it in different ways. You can use it as a lipstick. You can probably still use it, even use it as an eyeshadow if you wanted to. But look at how it gives me a little extra kick on the cheeks right in there. And I still look a little pale because I need lipstick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on my favorite lipstick from the collection. And Lisa, didn't you have a tip on using both lipsticks to kind of make your lips look bigger?
I do. Well, we have
Okay.
fabulous liners, but I'm going to stick with the kit right now. So I take the darker lipstick out of these 2 kits. Okay, so here's the colors. Maybe you can see, there we go. So
Yeah, so we have one called Bouquet and the other one's called Flush.
So the first thing I want to do though is going back to our contour kit for a second, because we did talk about it. I'm going to use this darker color. This is to make your lips look fuller, okay? Without any, not that anything's wrong with injections, but we're talking makeup right now, right? So I'm going to take the darker contour and then go right under. I'm not on my lip line. I'm below because I'm creating a little bit of a shadow. Just under there. And a little bit up here. You want to be careful. You don't want to look like you have a mustache, right? So just a little bit here. But mostly under here. Okay, it's going to be hard to see on here, but it just creates just like a little bit of a plump.
Oh, I like that.
I would take the darker lipstick. I say darker, but it's not dark. It depends on your hand and how, you know, how heavy you go with it. I'm going to use the edge of it, and I'm not lining my lips with it, but I'm going to, as if I was lining, okay, but it's going to be thicker. So I'm just going to quickly just go like this. And then the top, hopefully you can see, top. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to smush it all together. Okay. I would stay out of the corners with the dark because we don't want to get it looking so, see, I just kind of, looks a little bit brighter in here with the light on me, just like that. Okay, just quickly. I mean, this really takes 1, 2, 3 if I wasn't doing all the talking. Then I take the other color here and I just go right over everything. So I'm blending it now. Open my mouth a little bit, get to the corner. It's so gorgeous. So far, okay. And then the last thing I do is, you know, we can use any shimmer that we have here in our contour kit that we talked about, our Star Glow palette, or right here in the Cherry Blossom. Let's just stick with Cherry Blossom since that's our theme here. I'm going to take the sparkly one that is called Nectar. It's this one right here. And I am going to do one final thing here and pat it there and up here I'll use a different finger if I go back. If it's your own palette and you're not using it on clients, you know, you can use your finger, but otherwise you can use a Q-tip or whatever. And you tap it on the peaks of your lip. I'm not going above my lip, just on the lip. Or another thing you can do is I don't want to take anybody's tip away. If they were going to show the highlighting stick, you can put that highlighting stick right in there too. So and get that nice glow. Your lips will look clear and dimensional.
Awesome. Tiffany, did you want to use the highlighting stick for the cheek area?
I'm actually going to, I just misplaced it. Hang on one second. I like to use the darker one for the cheek area and just dab a little bit like right over kind of where I put my blush, but not too close to the eye area. And then sometimes I'd like either rub it in a little bit, like, or use my brush. I also have like one of these flat brushes, and it works well for like the highlight area.
Oh, that's pretty. So we want to keep in mind this highlighting stick is to give a little bit of a highlight and brightening to the skin. But what I really like is that because it's not a powder, it's not setting in the lines. I have used a powder one that sets in the lines, and when I smile, I can see my like cracks, and I'm like, okay, no, we need to keep it nice and moist as we're, you know, trying to avoid the look of lines. So I really like how I can just dab on a little bit of the highlighting stick because it is creamy, just pat it through. And you're also not looking, you know, like a 15-year-old that's doing all that crazy highlighting, because it's giving you that highlight, but without overdoing it. So we wanted you look age appropriate. I think, I don't know who's super young in this group right here, but I think we're close to our 40s. I'm 45. I think we have one of the younger girls. We have Mariah over there, probably a 15-year-old. So she probably knows a whole lot more about highlighting than we do. But you know, you guys watch those YouTube videos for hours. Like, we don't have time to spend 3 hours on our makeup. So we want to keep these tips like doable for the working mom. These sticks will give you that effect, but still not spending 10 hours on doing your makeup. I mean, back when I was 15, I did spend forever fixing my eyebrows and doing my nails, okay? But we don't have that kind of time anymore. I know everybody's like, no, nobody has time. Okay, so that's what we're sticking to. Like, we're explaining the tips, but it really could take 5 minutes to do a basic look, which would be either foundation or the CC cream, a little concealer. If you're not good with bronzer, you can skip the bronzer and go straight to blush, okay, at the bottom of the cheeks. And then at least 1 or 2 eyeshadows. I would suggest starting with a little brighter one right at the ball of the lid, and then more like kind of like a nude, like a muted color right at the crease if you're only doing 2 colors. Eyeliner, bottom and top, mascara, and a lipstick, and boom, ready to go. So if that's kind of like what all you can handle, but it's gonna make you feel good throughout the day. I mean, I know the days that I don't get ready, I feel tired, and I look tired when I look in the mirror. And as we have all been quarantining, I think we've all had those moments of like, okay, we're done with this quarantine. We need to go back to normal and kind of look ourselves again. So this is a great way to do that. And then the Bloom collection, you can get the full collection at a preferred client price. I can't exactly remember the full price, but it is at 20% off if you order separately. So we have the palette, we have the glow stick, that's the little crayon for the cheeks that I love to just dab on, that gold eyeliner. There's the 2 different lipsticks that are part of this Cherry Bloom collection, which are not permanent in Arbonne. We do have a full makeup line, but this is a new and special edition collection. And then with so that's the Cherry Bloom collection. The 5-minute makeup is a set for, I'm gonna say 120. Don't quote me on that. I need to check it. Where it comes with the CC cream. You choose one lip gloss. I absolutely love Calla, which is a really pinkish, but not too pinky. There is one called Hazel, which is a little bit more brownish. And there's one called Prime Rose, which is a little pinkier and lighter. This would look really pretty for Mariah. And then you get a mascara and the eyebrow pencil, and that's in the 5-minute makeup kit. Add-ons would be the eyeliner, and you get a blush. So add-ons would be eyeliner, concealer, and bronzer if you want to add that. Okay, so to end the session, anybody have any questions or anything else they wanted to add? And then I'm going to do a little close.
I wanted to add something really quickly about our amazing mascara that we were featured in the Wall Street Journal, rated in the top 10. So that's really a big deal. And we were rated against like all different range from super expensive to drugstore, and yeah, top 10. And in that top 10, I would, ours is clean, non-toxic, and the others, I'm not going to talk about others. They were just all a mix of chemicals and things like that.
Yeah.
So very proud of that.
And it's also my niece approved, who is one of those that spends hours in front of the mirror, and she keeps ordering my mascara. So that makes me feel really good, because when you get the approval of a young girl, it's like, it works.